finding yourself with a bit of downtime during our little plague, something you can do is pick up a new skill. Go online and learn a few things. You never know when these things will come in handy. When I was in India for a few months years ago, I was lucky enough to get onto a podiatry course. It was a course about foot rubbing, basically, that was being run by this lovely Czech lady. And she gave this 6-hour little workshop. And I went to it because I thought it sounded interesting. But in the back of my mind, I thought, you never know. There might come the day when I have a special someone and I'll woo her with my foot rubbing skills. So I applied myself diligently, and I emerged with my certificate of having completed a 6-hour podiatry course in India. So months later, I'm back in Australia, and I've met a certain someone, and we were going out. It was all going very well. And you know how in the early days, you're looking for brownie points, it's a bit like a job interview. You're trying to make your CV look as good as possible. And so I said to her, I don't know if you're interested, but when I was in India, being the sophisticated traveller that I am, I did a podiatry course, and I'm a bit rusty, but I was wondering if you'd like a foot rub. And my delightful wife is a very good communicator, and she said yes, quite eagerly, indicating she didn't care how rusty I was, and she definitely wanted a foot rub. So I gave her a foot rub, and it was something that she enjoyed, and it was something I enjoyed too. I found it a very grounding process, and it's such a nice, simple thing to do for someone. And over the months and the years, as the foot rubbing carried on, for me it was really interesting because it went from being this sort of technical procedure I'd picked up in India to being more and more about simply touching the feet, like simply touching my wife's feet and connecting through that and feeling what was going on, but in that non-verbal way. And so it became a really powerful meditation for me, because it was about, getting out of that whole head view of life, being able to step out of that and being able to just touch someone and feel the power of that. Because the way that I touch my wife is full of love. And I'm not the best foot rubber in the world by any means, but no one touches the way I touch her, because no one loves her the way I love her. And I think that's great. That to me was a real revelation. It was that moment when an actual moment of human connection amidst all our imperfections and frailties happened. And that's the whole point. It's because when the calluses on my hands connect with the calluses on her feet, there's a special kind of love that comes when imperfections meet. Knuckles, toes and tendons, ligaments, bones and skin. That's the language of the body. And love moves therein, through these eager, earnest fingers that touch each and every part, and through caressing your bumps and bruises, I gently touch your heart. And just as my eyes delight in your face, so my hands delight in your feet, precious and tender, where our imperfections meet. May the pleasure of rubbing your tootsies always bring me gratitude for you and your gentle patience of me and my roller coaster moods, so that when the calluses on my hands connect with the calluses on your feet, we'll feel that special kind of love that comes when imperfections meet.